What's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be reacting to a video called CSGO Failure and Valorant God, and we're talking about Tenz here. Now, Tenz, as you know, is definitely one of the most prominent Valorant players around right now. If you watch like a Valorant tips video, they usually bring up Tenz. Tenz is definitely like one of the top Valorant players, and I've always been super interested in people who are really good at one game and then become equally or better at another game. You know, there's tons of people like that, but one thing that stood out to me before, I don't know anything about this video, I've never watched it, but I've heard that Tenz said he had over 10,000 hours in CS. Now that is freaking ridiculous. So why is he a CSGO failure? Well, I have no idea, let's find out. And I was gonna watch this video alone, but I'm like, we gotta watch it.
Shortly behind that is Tenz. He's got the frenzy.
Okay, hopefully this is not copyright. Hopefully not copyright. Yes, Tenz. Okay. No, this is some clips of him. Okay. I'm just gonna mute for a second just in case it's copyrighted. I was talking over, so we're probably okay, but I mean, he has amazing game sense that I can see so far. Like, Valorant's a lot of aiming. Obviously, Tenz has gotten 30 points. Wait, isn't... I've seen that guy before. But, what was I gonna say? Tenz actually got the 30 points in hard bots on the shooting range in Valorant, which is super impressive to me.
Is Tyson Tenz? No. Arguably the best Valorant player alive.
Tenz is the best Valorant player on planet Earth.
I don't know about that.
Average combat score. Number one when it came to first kills, to first
Wait, really?
Number one when it came to kills, to deaths.
I feel wonderful. This team is amazing, and I feel right at home with them. And hopefully, I can continue playing with them because this is the best team I've ever played on.
But Tenz wasn't always the dominant force that he is today. Before being heralded as a god of Valorant, he was a failed Counter-Strike prodigy.
That's weird.
He had all the raw ability to become a star in that esport. But when his big break finally arrived, he just didn't materialize into the generational talent he was expected to.
Huh. That's good. You got a kill. Chill out.
Suddenly,
Wait. What is that clip? What is that clip? What is that clip? Why are they saying he did bad? Why are they saying he did bad? Hold on. You got a kill. Good. Why are they saying he did bad? He just killed them and they made them like screw up, and now they have to try to rotate or... That's a really weird clip. I mean, I guess they were expecting him to maybe pick up another kill, but like that's just so greedy. I don't know what these casters are saying. One thing I was gonna say is I don't know Tenz very well, but whenever I see clips of him, he seems like a really nice guy. So yeah, that's also a reason why I wanted to check this out. There's something else I was gonna say. It'll come on later. I know what I was gonna say.
overrated.
No.
To attach themselves.
He has over 10k hours. Chill out.
It looked like he might not be as talented as his potential had suggested.
Are you serious? Wait, look, whoa. You know he's an old school player. Look at his keyboard. Holy. I've only seen a keyboard position like that very few times. If you go to like a 1.6, there's like this 1.6 CS competition, and they literally have their keyboard... I don't know what I just did. They literally have their keyboards like sideways. That is like... Someone else who was a CSGO pro does that as well. I can't remember who. But that's how you know this guy is serious. You never see anybody else's keyboard like that unless they're a CS pro. And I don't know why, to be honest. I actually don't know why. Maybe they need... I don't know. I never thought about that. Mine's a little bit sideways, but until it gets vertical, I'm not a pro.
Potential had suggested. But just over the horizon was a second chance at greatness. One Tenz could could not.
But why is he a CSGO failure? I'm trying to find out. Okay, we get it, Valorant.
This is the rise, fall, and rise again of Tenz.
Okay.
While the early part of his CSGO career was in many ways typical for an up-and-coming pub star competing in developmental leagues and open qualifiers,
Dang,
Tenz
Tenz.
himself has always stood out from the crowd. And there's an obvious reason for this: his godlike aim.
Dude, he's on a trash PC. Oh my god, he's really talented. Dude, he's playing with my settings. Holy crap. Holy crap. Tenz, you are Wait, this is disgusting. I'm sure 9 out of 10 people watching right now would say he's hacking. Like, if you were playing against him, you'd be pissed. Unless this is global elite or something and they know him. Like, if this is the first time you've ever seen this guy. Holy crap. Dude, Deagle is... Okay, for me, I've always had a problem with getting more than one kill with a Deagle like that. Like, he just controlled the recoil so well, it seems like, because it really does bounce up. I mean, the last kill was spammy, but those two. See how much easier it is to, like, or like how much better it feels to aim in CSGO? I swear, Valorant, the aiming is bad.
No surprise that aim became the first thing you thought of when you heard the name Tenz.
Jeez.
The Canadian teenager was heralded as a prodigy, and it was only a matter of time before he would make
Oh my god.
the next level of North American.
He really does.
CS.
Dude, this guy's no
After
joke.
2 years of competitive experience, it looked like that moment had arrived in mid-2000
STL.
when Dignitas brought him on as a stand-in, but it wasn't to be. Dignitas were suffering from internal disputes, roster changes, and their entire future in Counter-Strike was in jeopardy. They let
Tenzu.
go after just 2 weeks.
Oh no.
Shortly thereafter, their entire roster followed suit. With nowhere else to go, Tenz returned to competing in stacks with names like Test Takers and Poutine Warriors. It was 2019 when things really started to pick up for the teenage AIM star. Under teams like Bad News Bears and Lazarus Esports, Tenz
Never heard of
was
him.
setting the server on fire in the first half of the year, and heads were beginning to turn.
Tenz just going through the smoke to try and catch a shot onto the planter. Has no real orientation, so he's just going on gut. He will somehow find a frag from that position, but he's burning alive, loses most of his health for it. And apparently Tenz is just gonna walk through this smoke. What a bold play. He's found the first. He's making it happen, but he's lost his teammate. He's in a 1v1 with Peter, and Dapper trying to get around the...
Peter's a good player.
They're dueling off. Tenz looking for the second player. He will swing to find the first. No, and he has the second as well.
So if we look at the people on their team, I think my face cam is covering one of them. I recognize like PTR and Dapper. I'm pretty sure I've seen them around for a very long time. So these are not like, I don't know the other guys. I think Shinobi I recognize, and I don't recognize anybody on Tenz's team. So this is just like a lower tier team, but the other team definitely has some higher tier or like veteran players. So that's pretty interesting. Oh my gosh, stop. Oh my gosh.
Tenz, how do you do this? A 3K clutch.
This time around, he had more experience, a more developed game sense.
Okay,
and still
PTR,
not like others.
just forget what I said.
Tenz joined Cloud9,
Whoa,
one of
whoa.
America's most iconic
With Stewie?
strike organizations, and a team with a history of elevating young talents to stardom.
So obviously, when I first signed with C9, or when I first got the message, I was pretty ecstatic, like, because C9 has such a prestige, especially in CS, because they were the only like NA team to win a major. So obviously, like, I kind of jumped on right away, like I was immediately ready to sign.
This was Tenz's breakout opportunity, the part of the story where he brings C9 back to glory.
Wait, where are these C9 people? Wait, what?
As one of NA's top Counter-Strike players.
Dude, I don't recognize a single person I just saw. Dude, I stopped watching. I guess I stopped watching CS during this time. I only watched the Stewie 2K days.
Part of the story
Who are these people? I don't recognize a single person. The coach kind of looks familiar, or this guy in the back. I don't recognize any of them. Is that just how it goes? People get cycled out? Like, Stewie 2K was like... I don't know, maybe... whatever. Maybe he's on something better, you know?
Where he brings C9 back to glory, win big tournaments, and establish himself...
Yeah, I don't recognize any of those. But C9's a huge name, obviously.
But that's not how it played out. Tenz failed to live up to expectations, sometimes being the lowest rated player on the team, and
Whoa.
out of place competing against the region's best towards the end of his tenure.
Wait, go back. Who did we just see above him? Sub-Rosa. People would say he's hacking. Wait, this is Freakazoid way down here. Come on.
Out of place competing...
Wait, he's barely below Freakazoid, who was on C9, actually, right? Sub-Rosa. I only remember that name because everyone said he was hacking.
Against the region's best towards the end.
Can you imagine being so good, legit, that they think you're hacking? Maybe he was hacking at one point. I don't know what it was.
No beginning to a Cinderella storyline. Tenz career in Counter-Strike
Cloud9 bench Tenz.
Soon come to an end.
Dang, that's tough. Oh.
Initially, Tenz did show flashes of brilliance for Cloud9.
There are two players on the B bomb side. There's 15 seconds to plant the bomb, and that might be the saving grace for Cloud9 to be pushing all over the map. There's Tenz with a deagle once again. He needs to stay alive. He's got to buy time for his team. Street's cutting off the rotation. There's another one from Tenz. Can he get the last one? It's time he's won the round of all these deagle shots. The bomb can't...
Oh, he's playing against Stewie.
And that's a much-needed last round for Cloud9.
What an absolute beast with the dig. That is unbelievable. He's so consistent.
But soon enough, in those moments when it really mattered, his performance would crumble.
Tenz has really yet to show up going... He has 4 ADR. Yep, and 0 kills.
Oh, he's 007?
Tenz had been brought on as...
Okay. Now, when it comes to pro CS play, what you normally want to see... So, I don't remember when this was. I don't remember when... Okay, it says 2019, so around 2019. I want to say like a few years before that, there was like online betting for CS matches, and that's when I really watched a lot of CS. But anyways, I can't remember if I was betting on the team or against them, but I was watching, so I would watch like every match. I was like eating and just watching matches, every match that I was betting on pretty much, because not only do I want to see if I win, but I want to see like, you know, for future bets. Like when I bet my skins, you know, like, you know, how good is this guy? How good is this guy right now? I wanted to know all that. But I've seen worse than 007, so I can't remember what team. They were like a really good team, but one of their players was actually -1 kills because I think he accidentally killed a teammate. so that's pretty embarrassing. I can't remember what... I wish I knew what pro. But it was like a good team, and I was like, actually, like, I think I was mad because I'm like, are you serious? What is this? Or like, it was just so funny. I can't remember what it was.
An attempt for the struggling org to find their form again and just maybe bring things back to the level of their iconic 2018 Boston Major run. But a string of early tournament exits and 2-0 scorelines brought that dream crashing back down to earth. So after struggling at Blast Pro Series Los Angeles and a particularly disastrous group stage at ESL Pro League Season 10 Americas, where Tenz was among the lowest rated players in the entire event,
Dang.
the org decided to make a change.
Dang, man.
Recently decided to bench Tyson.
No.
And I know that might be a shock to the community. It might be expected by others. But we think it's the best decision moving forward because there's a clash in desired playstyle among him and the rest of the team.
I'm the only person that was like arguing with like people just because like I was arguing on like I felt like our style wasn't like good. Like I didn't feel like we had a good style and I didn't like believe in the system. But like it could be my bad because I remember Damien told me like the system's not gonna work if like everyone doesn't give like 100%.
In an interview with HLTV, Team IGL DAP said Tenz wasn't ready to play at the pro level.
That's not true.
Describing the Canadian as a lot further behind than any other young player he'd competed
Oh,
with.
don't flame. Don't flame. One thing I want to say right away is Tenz actually saying like maybe he didn't synergize with the team is definitely legit. Like they just like picked him up, but if they expect him to be like the entry fragger or something and he's not, I mean like that could actually, you know, really affect things. Like if they have like 3 entry fraggers on the C9 team, it's not necessarily his fault, but yes, at the same time he's not performing well. But it's weird that they're flaming him. Like what? These are professionals. They just straight up flamed him.
Like C9, even if they were experiencing problems in Counter-Strike, was an opportunity for Tenz. It was a reward for those years of dedication to the game and the chance at something great. But within 3 months, that opportunity was snatched away before it had a chance to blossom. Tenz stayed on with Cloud9 as a streamer and a content creator, but competitively went back to playing with an ever-changing mix of stacks and smaller orgs.
So during my time when I was playing competitive CS for C9, obviously it could have went a lot better, but sometimes things don't work out, and everything you go through in life can kind of be like this learning period. Or
man, he is so professional too. Like at this time, 2019, so he is 20 years old now. So 2019, so this means he was like 17 or 18 during this. Dude, I mean, imagine you being in his footsteps. I mean, it's hard to imagine because like he's such like at a professional level, but like if you're in high school and like all this is happening and you think, oh, you just made it, and then like it doesn't work out after like 3 months. Imagine, like I would be so mad. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be able to control it. Like, dude, this guy is so cool, calm, and collected about it.
like this single step of like a ladder that you can improve off of. I'm so glad that I signed with them to this day, because I think it did really good in terms of me getting out into the competitive scene, and also like brand wise it was really helpful.
But just as the curtains began to close on his esports career, an unexpected second chance yanked them right back again, keeping the dream of a prodigy's unfulfilled potential alive. The rise again. That second chance, of course, was Valorant, Riot Games' hero-based shooter that used Counter-Strike as its mechanical and tactical blueprint. With all the ingredients and developer support to become a major esport in the future, this was a golden opportunity for Tenz.
Like the first day, like I woke up at 5 a.m. to play the first day of the beta, like the minute it launched, and definitely just playing like the first few hours, I knew that I would get hooked into this game, and I really wanted to just get good at it.
Just weeks after the game's beta release, Tenz was back on a competitive roster.
Oh, everyone can miss. You see him missing all those?
Valorant player.
Hey everyone, Tenz from Cloud9 here, and today I'm going to be officially announcing that I will be pursuing Valorant over Counter-Strike.
Days later,
that's
he became
bold.
the first North American to reach Valorant, the name for the highest rank in the game at the time.
Oh boys, let's fucking go!
Valorant, baby!
We got Valorant finally.
Wait, I didn't get it.
We got it.
I think that's the old rank system.
Shit.
Wait, so am I NAs first?
Yeah.
Tenz stayed on with Cloud9 for the remainder of 2020, and although the organization itself wasn't winning trophies left and right, the former CSGO man was making a name for himself as one of Valorant's most exciting players.
This has actually become pretty winnable, but Vice has gotten a bit of the intel. If he gets one more kill here, it's going to be beneficial. And he gets it. Is Vice doing this by himself? Is he actually going to the TP? It's going to the TP! And Tenz has the block! The time! Oh my word, Tenz! What a play!
Let's go.
He is actually a magician! He predicted that!
So much so that the roster was sometimes jokingly referred to as Tenz and Friends. But after what Tenz referred to as a competitive decline for the team in late 2020, he announced in January of 2021 that he was again stepping back and focusing entirely on content creation. At least for the time being.
Yeah, because now he plays on a pro
I
team.
would say that I'm just going to be doing content creation until maybe COVID's up, and then I'll kind of redecide what I want to do when there's LANs and stuff like that.
Oh. Wait, that made it sound so bad. Okay, so what he just said makes total sense. Because a lot of, I think, like, practice for pro teams is like you have to play like kind of in-house, like, and you have to be in that environment. You know what I mean? Because it's when you're on like the main stage, you're not going to be like in a secluded room where it's like you talk on mic. It's like everyone's in the same room. You got to get used to that extra noise. You got to get used to that type of environment and stuff like that. And obviously, you know, it's easier to play all the time if everyone's all there, if that makes sense. If you guys have ever played LAN, it's definitely fun.
Focus on content before, but this time the outcome would be different.
You just wear a turtleneck?
Eventually, an opportunity arose to play with a roster making waves in Valorant esports and starting to stand head and shoulders above the rest of the region. Sentinels.
Sentinels.
Tenz couldn't pass up.
I'm on loan from C9 to Sentinels, so it's forever how long C9 loaned me out. They basically, Sentinels is just taking over my contract and I'm fully representing Sentinels. I was playing with them 1 to 2 days prior, so we weren't even able to practice. Really, I kind of thought that I would feel pressured, and I was kind of nervous going into the match, but as soon as the match started and we're getting into the rounds, I'd say the whole entire team was just like a vibe, and so I was able to just fit in and feel like I was just playing like a normal like ranked game or pug or anything. Like I don't know, the environment was just so friendly and I loved it.
Tenz was immediately thrust into the North American Stage 1 Masters, and if he was even a little rusty, it didn't show on the
Oh, he pistoled him. Why did he pistol?
Sentinels, and oh my gosh, Tenz is just a man possessed. Dapper does it as well.
They smell blood, it's in the water, and they want to finish it off, and Tenz is looking to do it.
Okay.
He's fitting into this roster so well. He's playing his role
I'm muting just because of the audio, possibly.
consistently, and when you've got probably the best player in North America in a situation
Ooh, that's bold.
to deliver, that's just so hard to weather.
With Tenz on board, Sentinels dominated their NA counterparts, and in May, they earned a ticket to Reykjavik, Iceland, for Valorant's first ever international LAN.
Ooh.
Oh, and welcome to the opening day of Masters.
That's recent,
first
right?
Global Valorant Championship Tour tournament. 10 teams from around the world have traveled to Reykjavik, Iceland to ballot it out for the chance to be crowned the Masters.
Oh man, look at that beach. Wouldn't you want to go there? Man.
This was Valorant's biggest ever event, one that would go down in history as a milestone of the esport, no matter what the result. And with Tenz, Sentinels cruised into the grand finals in second gear, not dropping a single map in the process.
Once you're smoked out on mid, it's actually so hard to regain that position back and just fire through at somebody defusing the spike. So here, it gets really clustered inside B, even with the forward plant.
And A long, so maybe scratch that entirely because they will go off of the back of that one. Tenz, though, is holding the site still. So this is a problem. Alan Neural Theft comes through to gain more information. And the spike's down, and they have the site Sentinels. They are still sitting on this one. And it doesn't look like they're able to stop Tenz. He's going to own absolutely everybody that tries to walk into this site.
This just goes to show the entirety of Tenz, Sentinels in the team. It's not a honeymoon phase. They were able to make this work without dropping a map.
It's a record that, when their grand finals clash with European powerhouse Fnatic was all said and done,
Wonder who's on Fnatic.
they managed to keep intact.
Wait, let's see. I don't really recognize any names. Except Dapper. Oh, look. Dapper's on Tenz's team now.
Hearing the drone being used, he's like, yeah, there's lack of util now at A. We have a better chance to hit A, but they don't have a read on where any of the Fnatic players are yet. Sentinels go.
Oh, Tenz has to clutch.
Thinking they can walk it through, and Tenz has to do a bunch of work to bring this one back into Sentinels' favor.
Yeah, scary stuff. You're trying to take that opening jewel. Oh, hello. Tenz is going to find Magnum.
Oh, look at that.
Fantastic follow-up onto Doma. Leaves Fnatic truly rocked after that.
They're running through. Sonar up. Doma's close. They don't.
He plays a lot of characters, it looks like. Oh, never mind. He plays just Jet. I was looking at the other side.
Magnum's in the smoke here. Tenz. Oh my god. Magnum's got no HP. Not like this. Sentinels. They're going to get the defuse. They've done it. Sentinels are the masters to Reykjavik champ.
Just copyright possible.
Tenz was the star of the show. He had the highest rating, highest average combat score, and best KD of any single player at the event. As the MVP in the Masters,
Dang, look at that
event,
keyboard,
Tenz
so
became a
sideways.
bona fide Valorant superstar, one with a dominant LAN performance to back up the reputation.
Tenz is the best Valorant player on planet Earth. #1 in average combat score. #1 when it came to first kills, to first deaths. #1 when it came to kills, to deaths.
This is the first major result he's ever had in his career, and given that he coming into this was considered the best in North America, I think now really starts to cement it.
I did not expect to reach the level at where I am in terms of my personal brands or the amount of fans supporting me, my personal play. Like, I feel like I'm playing a lot better than I thought I would originally when I first started playing the game, at least at this fast of a rate. So it came to a surprise with me for just everything. Like, it's crazy.
I feel wonderful. This team is amazing.
It's weird. Well, not weird, but it's so insane, like, how fast this has all happened for him.
This is the best team I've ever played on.
And he did. Sentinels announced the signing of Tenz as a permanent part of their roster
Cool.
just days after the event.
Wait, he wasn't a permanent part?
Seemingly blew his shot at glory in one esport. Now,
Okay, we're gonna end it here because I think it's just a little bit of outro and then ask to subscribe. Only 13,000. I'll subscribe. Only 13,000 subscribers and he makes like this type of production. Respect. So a couple things I wanted to say. So they didn't bring it up, but I'm pretty sure a good handful of like the top CSGO or like, you know, some memorable CSGO players actually play Valorant now, because I remember I was watching a Valorant tips video and they mentioned Scream, and I'm like, I was thinking to myself like, oh, he plays Valorant now. Like, I didn't even know, to be honest with you. But at the same time, Valorant is kind of sad to me because I feel like we're gonna see this trend of, you know, Valorant's the newer game, so, you know, they're gonna start like plucking them away from CSGO, unless they make like a new CS. I don't know, but CS is so special. I do respect Valorant though. It's definitely just a different game, and I guess you can't really think that CS is gonna die because of Valorant. It's just like they're gonna help each other. That's what I would like to think. At the same time, what was I gonna say about Tenz? It's like, it's crazy how he's done this so early, and they didn't actually mention his in-game hours, but like 10,000 hours of Counter-Strike. That's what happens. You just become the best at Valorant. This was an awesome video to watch, especially because like I'm into these FPS games, and you know, I could like kind of understand what was going on. Like, I actually have a friend who I went to high school with, and when we were in high school, he was actually playing for these lesser teams. I mean, to say he was like on Tenz's level, I'm not sure, but Tenz was also playing for lesser teams for a long time. And then my friend went into Overwatch and he became like in the top 100 or something for some time. But anyways, I really enjoyed this video. Guys, go ahead and subscribe to Upcomer. And if you enjoyed my video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. Don't forget to comment down below what you think. If you have any other videos for me to react to, make sure to comment them down below as well. And if you're new here, subscribe, and I'll see you guys